human resources is the hardest thing of growing any startup company. So in terms of looking for partners, are there specific special things about Southeast Asia that are either good things or things you need to watch out for, or techniques that really work or techniques that don't work? How do you get the human resources that you really need to do the kind of business that you want to do with your company? Helen, you've got the mic.
Well, they've operated locally. I mean, it's really having shown successes locally. They know the language, they know the people, they don't understand the culture. And actually,
But how do you find these people?
How do you find? So I think part of it is going through the net. It's really a lot of through the networking. Through Casper, right? I've got a large network. Sorry, the large and long network here. In the who's maybe studied here, going back, or has operated before, right? So really going through the network and finding the trusted networks through that, and finding the right.
Okay, yeah. Casper, what about you?
So I think it's two pieces. I think first time as anyone moved back, we always experience like, oh my God, why the talent here is so much far behind and things like that, right? You're complaining about that. And I met with one of the mentors and he said, Casper, if everyone is as smart as you probably want to have the job that you have today. So everyone is as smart as you. Right. So that's kind of like put me back to the space where you have the ability to build something up from the ground up as well. So we ended up hiring more and more people who have less experience but are willing to learn. So we hired for a lot of capability stuff that they're willing to learn together with us.
Is there a particular kind of capabilities that you value?
So we have a list of things that we value as a company, something like ask questions, but people that don't ask questions as much, right? So those are the things that we look up, and most of them are the ones that will naturally come to us already anyway, because still in Indonesia, the expectation for you is to go work for a government from your family or go get a master's degree.
Yeah.
So people who come to us are the outcasts that we like, because they usually don't follow the rules already. And in terms of working with a partner, we have to balance it out, right? Yeah. So in terms of finding, can you be direct? You have to go out and do more of the networking, easing it in, and talk to them more on but reference also help a lot on the connection introductions. Like, for example, using classmate, for example, not my classmate, but using alumni network. So one of the biggest tea company in Indonesia is Alumni USC, right? We were able to partner, talking about partnership because I was volunteering to mentor one of the interns that come from USC. That's how we met, that's how we started talking about business, utilizing that network as a base of trust as well.
Okay. So Ruth, how do you find people?
I mean, finding people is probably the hardest job of any founders. It doesn't really matter where you are in the US, Europe, or Southeast Asia, right? Because hiring the right people and getting the smartest people working for you is probably half of the battle already to build the company. So I don't think we have an answer on how, because if I do, I probably don't struggle every day to find a person. But I think the key is going to definitely your school network investor. That's why if you really want to go into certain market, make sure that you go find an investor in that market that know the people there, because you can live in that country and you just don't set in there alone. So investor usually has your back and will introduce you to the right person, then introduce you to the right person. But I think for us, when we hire people in Vietnam, the key is to find that country manager or that leader of that country that knows enough people that can then continue to hire. If you find that person, and for us it took us about 6 months to find that person, but once you find that person, you can then trust that that person is able to hire other people for you. So one of the big recruitment criteria for us hiring that country manager is, can you then rally the team behind you, and can you have enough support out there? As you asked about what is that to watch out for, I think different people working differently in different countries for the culture and for a lot of aspects, right? In Vietnam, particularly where we have the office, you have to train them a lot. We are a US-based company, but we operate in Vietnam, so you have to balance between the two culture. We had a lot of rules very strictly about copyright, about privacy. Vietnam, none of that exists. So for you to really, they look into other companies, let's say very simple, they have social media, and they look into all of the other companies, they do very shady things about no copyright, no sources of information. So if you don't train your team well, they're just gonna do the same thing. Now you're a US-based company, you don't want to violate any of these rules, and so you had to force them to like train them. Those are the things that you watch out for, but initially we did not even know what to watch out for. Like they just share something and said, who wrote that one? I said, I copied from somewhere else. Then you should code it. We said, oh really? Because none of the other website coded. So those are the things that if you don't watch closely, you will be falling into that issues that you have to later on deal with. So copyright is very important. Privacy is really important. People cut a lot of corners because they move things really fast. In at least in Vietnam, so you also have to know where they cut corners to then pull them back and make sure that you move fast, but also have a higher quality. Those are the things that we face a lot compared to different cultures. But then in Europe, we have a different culture. They do things very solidly, but then they also try to get to that perfectionist. And in the startup world, you have to like also go out to the market fast. So we are dealing with two different cultures. On one is super conservative, on one is super risk like taking, and don't care about any legal issue. And we just want to get that done because there's no legal issue, there's no legal framework in Vietnam to worry about risk.
But it's interesting that even now you want to make sure that you're, as a U.S. company, you're trying to hold to a higher level.
It's at least it's my personal. I can't let go of that, right? So let's say we're doing business in Vietnam, the country manager say, "Hey, they want kickback. Will you do it?" I'm like, "No, definitely not." But there's definitely other ways to do it. So you have to make sure that those are the things and the values that you hold on to the company, and then you work around that solution. Because the moment that you let go of that, it's slippery slope, right?
It's a slippery slope, and also eventually it hurts the growth.
It hurts the growth of the company, but also people look into our product. The reason why we do really well in Vietnam is we have that US brand and the trust that we are building into the consumer mindset. And the moment that you let go of that, you lose that trust of the community and the partners.
Okay.
You definitely don't want to lose.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So I want to go ahead, Helen.
Oh, just two more sources I think we talked about to thought of is one is multinational companies that we source from. A lot of international companies that they're great at training ground for people. Consulting companies, internet companies, you can think of a couple of big names there. And then universities, right? So there's every year, there's great students graduating from local units, they're getting trained better. And Peng actually might want to talk a little bit about some of the university programs he's been involved with, but just really treating next generation of computer scientists that follows the same standards and really having the same quality of talents, right? So really strategically.
Yeah, go ahead, Peng.
I was just going to focus on one area. I think a lot of the hiring, a lot of the HR issues, you will have to actually learn on the ground. But some the aspects around technical hiring, you should know this up front because it is really hard. Just like here, just like China, just like everywhere else. So in Southeast Asia, Singapore is where all the internationals come into. So if you want to build an engineering team with a bunch of internationals, make sure you get a relationship with the government so that you can get your work permits, and then you can start hiring from all over the place. But if you do that, be prepared. The cost is going to be maybe about half of here, which is pretty high for Southeast Asia standards, right? Maybe more even. Indonesia is really tough. There are several unicorns that are sucking up all the new graduates, everyone, right? So it's really difficult to hire in Indonesia. And the place that probably has the best source of STEM students, and especially engineers, software engineers, is Vietnam. Right? For whatever whatever reason, the history of Vietnam is such that they produce a lot of really good engineers. So the challenge is English, right? So that's what you're gonna have to deal with. So if you have a Vietnamese partner, and they can do the cultural translation, building your engineering team in Saigon or Hanoi, it's not a bad idea. The most interesting idea I've heard is actually to build your engineering team out of KL. Right? It's cheap enough and it's English speaking. And so you can bring Vietnamese in, you can bring Thais in, you can bring other folks in. And it's interesting to those engineers because they want to learn English. And it's a better living standard. So those are a few things to think about if you are looking at setting up engineering in Southeast Asia.
Okay, I'd love to follow through with you because Vu, you mentioned about, the VC has your back and VCs make introductions for people. Comparing what you had to do in China and what you're doing now with Monticello, introducing people, is it a different kind of process? Was it different in China than in Southeast Asia, or is it pretty similar?
It's similar. So we only have that many hours a day. So if you actually, one of the people we introduce our companies to is the headhunter.
Yeah.
Right? Because some headhunters are totally useless. Some are very effective for marketing, for sales, for engineering. So we get to know these people and we do those introductions. Be prepared to pay for the right hires, I would say. But at least with these recruiters, you can actually find.
And one last question before we open to the audience, and it's for Peng. This is about sourcing interesting companies to invest in. How do you keep those information that flowing? Are they coming to you now, or are you really having to find?
We are still fortunate. So we actually have a CRM process. Both me and my partners were sales people. We ran sales organization, etc. So we set this whole thing up like a sales pipeline. So we have our sources, we got everyone we talk to, all the websites, everything. We even integrate into the websites, etc. Or we're supposed to, I guess. Justin there runs that part for us. And so in theory, we know of every single company in Southeast Asia that's seed funded. Right? From that point on, we're supposed to be tracking all of them. So, but knowing the 1,000-2,000 companies in Southeast Asia that gets funded every year doesn't tell us who we need to look at.
Yeah.
And practically speaking, we've been in Southeast Asia region for more than 10 years now. We've got lots of friends. Most of our leads come from our network. So if you want to do business in Southeast Asia, get to know people. I think this is true of any place in the world, but Southeast Asia, it is very